Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm 16 years old and I was born into a Christian family. When I was little, I used to worry a lot about getting confirmed. My mom told me that I decided to be a Christian when I was 3. Unfortunately for me, I don't remember, probably because I was 3. But I thought that everyone needed some sort of huge moment where everything started to make sense and then they would never have any problems with their faith ever again. I was confirmed last week and I feel exactly the same. There is no miracle fix or any single moment that can change my relationship with God forever. Which is good because that takes off a lot of pressure, and also bad because I struggled a lot with my idea of Him for a really, really long time. And it would have been kind of nice to have that fixed overnight, even though I know that's not how it works. I've also had a lot of difficulty with the idea of perfection for a lot of my life. I don't know when this started exactly, but I started believing that I needed to be a better person in order to deserve God's love. I was constantly trying to improve myself in order to be someone who I thought was worthy of being His child. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with trying to be a better person, but I would not recommend trying to put limits on God. I eventually started believing that in order to be loved by anyone at all, I needed to be perfect. And then I completely forgot about God and thought only about the being perfect bit. I wasn't even trying to be better anymore, I was just reminding myself that I wasn't good enough. Again, I do not recommend this. I started defining myself by other things, like my friends or my grades. I didn't like myself very much, and at one point I resented God for creating me at all. I felt like He was ignoring me, and I kept searching for answers in the wrong places. But He made me realize that my idea of Him wasn't even close to who He is, and my idea of who I needed to be was also not what He was asking of me. He was very patient with me, even when I was praying for answers that were directly in front of me, until I was able to accept them. God does not make mistakes. Even if I wasn't who I wanted to be, or who I thought I needed to be, I was not a mistake. This took me a very, very long time to realize. The other thing is even more obvious, so of course it took me even longer to figure out. God loves us exactly the way we are. And people say this every single time we go to church, so I'm not sure why this was such a difficult concept for me to grasp. Even though we're imperfect and broken, He still loves us and He still wants us to come to Him. And God continued to remind me of these two things until I finally started believing them. It took a very long time, and I'm sure that 10-year-old me would be very disappointed at the lack of an amazing solution that drops out of the sky. Even now, I sometimes wish for something like that, because I still struggle and have doubts, and I still don't feel ready. But God made me realize that I am not defined by whatever standard I was trying to measure up to at the time. He loves me unconditionally, exactly as I am, and so I've decided to confirm my faith and try to trust Him with wherever He's taking me next. Thank you.